All right, you
Awesome.
guys. So welcome. We're doing like a little quick chit chat about animation and social media. And I'm hosting today. I'm Eunice. I'm the creator of Black Girls Anime, and then I have my Parisian.
What's up? I'm Lydia. I am like an animator.
You're not like an animator. You are an animator.
Actually, my day job is an accountant. But yes, I'm an animator. I have a film now. So
Not an accountant. And then we have a baddie on the bottom.
yes.
Hello, I'm Stevie. I'm BLNMATION. I do stuff with my iPad.
No, you do amazing things with your iPad.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you.
Of course. Of course. Okay. So let's just chat real quick because, we're kind of here to inform people and get them excited about what you guys got going on. So how has using social media contribute to the success of both your individual animation endeavors? And whoever wants to start first can go.
Okay. Okay. The main how social media contributed to how our animation project even took off was first getting us an audience. Like, okay, I am a bit, not to sound insane, but I have like a ton of spreadsheets. Oh no, okay. I'll show you. I borrowed a bit from what I usually do in work and created like so many spreadsheets to track exactly who was actually seeing our stuff. Because we had started from basically nothing. Like essentially, I had no social media presence up until about a year and a half, 2023. So I was like, okay, this is a project. We're going to put it front and center. I need people to see it. So let's go a bit crazy. I got a bit neurotic, and I can specifically remember I was even analyzing different social media pages so I can see what I work best with. Unfortunately for me, I work best with Twitter, so I selected that one because it's so easy, minus the racism.
That's fair.
And everything else. But I found it the easiest to use, and it was the easiest for me to get. My logic was, if we get an audience, eventually I need an audience to see my film. I'll make the movie myself, but I need people to see it because, like, how do people say it? If a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, did it even fall? So I could work really hard on this project for several years, and if no one sees it, no one will know it exists. So technically, Did I even make a film project? I did. I mean, it's like 2 years of my life. I did. But if no one sees it, then it technically doesn't exist. So that was like the whole point of social media for us. Unfortunately, Twitter is my favorite. I really like it. It's very easy for me to use. I hate TikTok. I've really tried. I really hate TikTok.
It's crazy because TikTok's actually amazing.
No, it's perfectly fine to be biased. My friends tried to get me in on it, and I swear to God, I opened the application and I blinked and it was nighttime. I have, and that was, no, I can't do that. That's terrifying. And that was the last time I opened that application.
Oh.
What about you, Blaine? How do you feel?
See, with social media, I started BLNMATION when I was working at a slots place in my town, and it was just fun at first to draw like little stupid comics and little characters and stuff. And it gave me like an audience like to share my stuff with. And it was just really cool seeing how many people had my same humor. So it was like kind of started from just on Instagram. And then once I started making my animated shorts of like, stupid jokes that I would come up with while I was at work, or little scenarios I'd think about because I'm insane and think to myself more than I am in reality. I started posting on Instagram, and then I started posting on TikTok. And it just kind of, all of a sudden, I had a bunch of people around me, like, watching my stuff. And it was the coolest feeling ever. So then people started like, hey, can you make this for me? Sure. And it just kind of blossomed from there. And I built the coolest community anyone could ever think of. And it's just been a real ride. But I had no plan. You're way more organized than I am because I had no plan with this.
Oh.
But I'm so glad.
To be fair, I'm kind of neurotic, so
that's all right.
No, that's actually amazing. No, that's actually amazing. And kind of going off of just like being Black women community, do you think that, us being Black women and how we crave representation, do you think that it contributes to the success that you guys are actually feeling or actually having right now? Because as you know, we've always wanted to see us in animation. We've always wanted to see us being drawn all our lives. We've always seen other people have these moments. So as Black women and creating Black art, has it helped you, with more visibility and getting a new audience? Because I can relate as creating Black girls anime. I kind of understand it, but I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think?
Okay. I think specifically, if I can put for mine, I have the best audience. I usually call Inside Out is a book, so I usually call them, I have the best readers ever. It's such a nice community. It's like, it feels like friends. It genuinely feels like a hangout most of the time, even during comment sections. Like, specifically, how do I say this? I really try to pander to Black women. I'm like, please like this. You in particular, you as an audience, you're literally my target audience. Everyone else, sure, you can watch it, but I really want you guys to watch it in particular. So I'm often trying to like depict things that I would have wanted to see that I want to see. If like my main character Bonnie has really big hair, so for like a year I wore my hair out. It was a horrible experience. I don't think I could do that again, but it was a great point of reference. It was a great point of reference, and people like that. People like that. They like the relatability I'm doing, and I like the requests I usually make. Someone specifically requested for Bonnie to have braids for a short, so I got braids so I could like learn the physics for it, and then we'll make the short for that one. Like, it's fun depicting yourself in like ways you don't get to see yourself in media, which is okay. My show is just hot girls doing hot girls shit, so it's just fun. It's just fun. Like, it's a fun community. It genuinely feels like if they like it, I like it, and when they like it, because not gonna lie, Black women set like the tone of culture and like what people are watching and all that. So my logic is, if I like it, they will like it, and if they will like it, everyone else will like it. So like, that's literally it. Because we have taste. I think we have taste.
What about you, Blaine? What's your take?
Absolutely. I honestly feel like ever since like I was younger, you would see characters that weren't Black women, but we had no choice but to try to find one that we identified with, even though they weren't Black. I even related to like most Black girls love Buttercup because she's the tough one. She's like the one that stands out. The girl from Totally Spies with the yellow outfit, she was a darker skinned girl, but she was not Black. Alex. So for me, I want my page.
Alex, yes.
Oh yeah, Alex. I forgot.
Alex.
I liked Alex a lot because she was dark skinned with short hair, and I was a girl that grew up darker skin with short hair compared to the girls around me. So it was like, and you see how bright I am, but around me there wasn't a lot of girls darker than me. But the thing about it is, I wanted my page to feel like when Black girls come to my page, they feel like they're the sex appeal. Like, we have the sex appeal, we have the cuteness, we have the ability to be like trendsetters and a love interest that doesn't have to seem taboo. Like, we shouldn't be a taboo or like I want to try some. It's like we are the normalcy. You can look at us in all these different ways. We can be alternative. We can be super bimbo. We can be super like, aloe suits and Starbucks. We're not a monolith. We can be anything. And so my page has given me that ability to not only have that satisfaction within myself of seeing girls who look like me or other Black girls who maybe not look like me but are still Black girls, to feel like we are celebrated and to feel attractive,
Yes.
Heavy on that. Heavy on feeling attractive.
And on top of that, not always feeling like we have to stand on a soapbox and try to make something. It's like, we can be normal. I can just draw a picture of a Black girl being hot. She doesn't have to be making a statement. She could just be hot.
Exactly. She could just be hot.
Yeah.
I love that.
Why can't we just be hot,
And I feel like I genuinely think that people get mad about that because like they want us almost to feel a certain type of like way about ourselves. But you guys, like, with you drawing your character with the big, I actually watched your animation last night, and watching her like with the big beautiful black hair, I was like, yes sis, come on. And then when I went on your
Right?
page playing anime, seeing like hot, sexy, dark skin, light skin, all types of shades of black women, I was like, this is what we want to see. This is what the fans want to see. Okay, this is what we need to be having. And speaking of that, you know, you guys have done some collaboration with some other artists, you know, some influencers on social media. So how does, you know, collaborating with these people kind of impact your social media growth? Because I know that y'all have done that.
Oh yeah.
I watch y'all.
I'll let you go first because I think I've only collaborated with one person.
Hey,
So
that's
you
one
go
more than a
first,
lot of
though.
people will ever
That's
do.
fine, girl. No, go ahead, Lydia. Talk your shit, girl.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay. So artistically, when I work with other artists, specifically Black artists, I have a blast. Like we have a unique art style, and that's specifically because of one painter called Tabs, and she lives in Arizona right now. She's in, I think, the desert country. So like, I'm not sure if she's still online over at her exhibition, but that's still like the most fun I've ever had. Just us bouncing off ideas. We actually got to set up like a mini theater to have our own premiere, like where people bought tickets and stuff, which was really cool. And outside like artistic creations, one of the only other collaboration I can actually point to would be like an article written by Cartoon Brew. I'm trying to collab more with other artists, but that article has brought a lot of eyes, new eyes, to a project, which is great. Like honestly, it's overwhelming. Nah, it's overwhelming. I'm a very shy person. Like I remember seeing it was I remember seeing the numbers going up and I'm like, yay, numbers going up. That's good statistically. But my anxiety is not helping this well.
No, that's actually so real.
Yes.
What about you, Blaine? What about you?
What I can say, when I was working with Fenty Beauty, it was like, and
Okay, now.
the person, yeah,
Ooh,
like the guy, it was a guy first, and then it was a girl that had switched like their social media people that would reach out to me. For the life of me, I can't remember his name, but he said like, oh, Bree loves your stuff. She wants you to have complete, like, you know, design the characters, everything. I'm like, she knows, like, first of all, gonna die about that later. But on top of that, it really like affected my reach, of course. But on top of that, it was really cool for them to not only reach out to a Black creator, but also to allow me to make a plus size dark skinned woman with short hair the face of the animations that I would do. I always use the same girl because I'm like, I'm not gonna make some, you know, overly palatable Black girl as the main. I want to make it somebody that really see being a main character, anything like that. You know, I'm a firm believer that we should not have to sit on a soapbox or something. But if I'm gonna be given a platform as huge as that, I want to put somebody that isn't usually in the forefront in the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
And that has definitely impacted my following a lot, not only because it's Rihanna and it's like, oh, well, if Rihanna hires her, she must be the shit. But excuse my French, but it's also plus size Black girls who are come to my page and feel like, oh my gosh, you actually make me feel so seen, and you don't usually do that. That fills my heart so much, so much. So it's
like
me emotionally, but also like social media wise, definitely.
Mm-hmm. No, I love that.
yeah.
I genuinely agree. What'd you say, and Lydia?
Oh, I was going to bounce off of like
Mhm. Yeah, go
there's a
ahead.
specific feeling. I was going to bounce off of the feeling, the last sentence you said, that feeling of when people come to your page, they're like, it's me, I see me. That feeling, like, that feels great, not gonna lie. That's nothing comes close. And I've done a lot of things. Nothing comes close to that sensation. Like, oh my God, I've made someone,
Feel
like,
good.
I've done something. Yeah, of like positive impact. It
Yeah,
feels,
exactly.
that's such a,
Yes.
it's such a addictive sensation. Like it makes you
People
think,
get
okay, I
so,
can totally
yes.
rock it.
I've seen people get so excited. Like in the men, I sometimes will draw like a plus size man with like a smaller girl. And like there are men that will message me like, you have no idea how that feels to see a guy that looks like me be put in like a drawing with like, you know, not being seen as like the butt of the joke, or being seen as just a
Mhm.
not even just being put as the main character to prove like, hey, you can be special too. It's like a you. And they basically tell me like I integrate them so well that they not only feel seen, but they feel a part of the normalcy. Like they don't have to stand out in a way to be like a symbol or something. It's just, you put me in a situation, you put people that look like me in a situation where I'm a love interest, I'm going about my everyday life, and my weight and the way that I look isn't something that has to be drawn attention to. And that is
Yeah.
fun. That is awesome.
No, that's super real, you guys. Like, I understand it completely. I love when people come up to me and tell me that we impact their lives. Like, as Black women, that's what we want to hear. Like, we're impacting other Black women's lives for the better. And kind of speaking on impacting, does that kind of change how you post? Because I know, like, as creators or as animators, you guys are looking at your audience, you guys are looking at what they're saying, you guys are looking at how they're feeling. So, does that sometimes, make you want to post something more? Like, you see a fan that's like, I really love the way, like how you said earlier, how you made she has like that big curly hair, but I want to see it with braids, or I want to see it with this. Does it impact you? Do you kind of get like electric feeling to like, I want to post for that one person or for those people? Anyone can start,
Yeah.
but that's how I
Wait,
want.
not gonna lie. Wait. Yes, that's literally like the motivation I have, because I really want this to be like my job later down the line when like it can afford health insurance. But like it's such, I would say it, what usually happens is if someone likes an aspect of, if someone likes an aspect of something, and like I get that jolt of inspiration, I usually make a note of, I'll make a short for this person, I'll make a short for that person, I'll find something I'll find something to include this person in. And even a thing I usually do, that a couple of people have picked up on, is if I notice your profile picture often, you'll probably show up in a short in a couple of episodes down the line. You'll just say like,
Let me
hey,
get to commenting.
that's me. I've done that for like 2 people so far, and they freaked out, and they were like, what? That's cool. It's so fun. That's usually my favorite thing to do.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Blaine?
It definitely impacts the way that I post, because it's like if I notice that people like, oh my god, I really love that joke, or like, oh my god, I really loved that scenario you made from that like comic strip that you did, could you please like make more like that? I totally do. Because it's like I want y'all to be entertained, and at the same time I had fun doing it, so I'm glad that you guys want to see more of that. It's just really cool that like people enjoy your stuff enough to be so immersed in it that they want more of it. That is like a crowning achievement to any artist, because we're used to being like, oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, that's super funny. But when it's like, I need more, that just completely lights a lighter under my butt. Like, I promise you, like it just feels nice. It feels nice.
Oh no, I agree. I love that. I genuinely think that's amazing. I love that you guys love your followers. Or I don't even call, honest to God, I don't even think in my life I've ever called somebody a follower. I would just say like these are like my family members, like my extended online people that love me and they want to see you succeed. So I love that you guys love them so much. Like, you're putting them in animations without telling them. People are seeing themselves within your creations. And I think that's super beautiful. And like, speaking of that, how do you then balance boundaries? Because that's something that, as you know, with social media, we kind of are putting ourselves out there, and people connect, like we've talked about for a while now, about connecting with our supporters, connecting with people who love us. But how do you create that boundary of professionalism and personality? Because you kind of have to juggle both, being the creators of and animations and doing all the things that you do, because people love connecting. I mean, we're part of, that's why it's called social media. You want to connect, you want to vibe, you want to feel personal to whatever person that you love and support. But how do you guys balance that? And anyone can start.
Okay, but like, I'll wait for her to discuss, but you can edit this out. But let's see. The main thing that has happened after the project started blowing up is that I've never bothered to recover my Discord account. Like, it got so overwhelming, and then that account got hacked, and I was like, you know what? Good excuse. I don't want to be stuck. Good excuse. I'm out. It was
No, it's
so,
actually really hard.
it's
No, I
so
agree with you.
terrifying.
It's really hard.
Like, dang. I'm, eventually, I don't like I set it for auto delete because it has been hacked. And I just told people don't auto delete because it has been hacked. And I just told people don't.
Back to what you were saying, Lydia, I actually do agree with you that it is hard to have sometimes professional and personal boundaries, especially when you are on social media. Any of us that's done social media for years knows that it's I can talk from experience. It is very hard. I don't even think I know what boundaries are because everybody that knows me knows my number. I have people like it's just like that. So what about you, Blaine? So don't be like me, y'all. Don't be like me. What about you, Blaine? What do you think? How are you doing it? How are you managing that?
Listen, not well. Um,
That's so real.
there's so many clients that I've had that have my personal number because I'm like, you're paying me to do stuff, so you can have my personal, number. And it's like having those boundaries is so hard because I'm friendly to a fault. So it's like I never think like, oh, this person may be a killer. Like, yes, we can be friends. Like, and it's like
No, it's so hard.
cannot do that. I had this funny story, and I'm gonna cut it short because there was this one girl who was actually in my town, and she was a fan of me on BLNMATION. Well, I hate the word fan. She was a follower of mine on BLNMATION, but she knew some of my inner circle, like my people from high school. So I'm like, you know what? I'll be like nice. Like I'm not no fanned out ass like person. So I was like, hey, because y'all, I don't see myself as no celebrity or nothing. I'm like, hey,
No, real.
let's like go to coffee. I'll like give you some pointers on how to get your art scene and stuff because I'm just that. But she was insane.
Oh, not insane, y'all.
Yeah, that always happens.
There was this other girl that she was very nice. Her name is China Moo Art on Instagram. She was real sweet. But this other girl, I don't even want to say her name. She was crazy. Had to
No free promo.
Everything. Never.
Right.
I had to block her on everything. She was so crazy. But I thought since it went well the first time I did that, I thought maybe the second time around would be better. But God was like, f around, find out. No, girl, don't be doing that.
That is hysterical. No, honestly, I genuinely get that. Like I've experienced, I think in all the years that I've done this, I've also experienced that. I completely get how it can feel. And anyone that's for the people who are watching, when you are building social media platform and you're building your community, it is very apparent, like very, very something that you have to do of creating that boundary because some people you're gonna meet, you're gonna vibe in person, but when it comes to like commenting DMs, y'all learn from me, please. Do not get too personal. Like no, I'm so serious. I can give y'all stories, but that's another day for another time. We're really here to talk about y'all, but just take it from a little advice from me, you guys. When y'all are creating and on social media, create that boundary with people because some people will cross it. Okay, and speaking of that. Speaking of that, let's get into like cultivating, like, we have to talk about, cultivating our audience and finding out what works for you. So Lydia, how did you, like, I know we've kind of like been touching, kind of going in and on this one, but like, how were you able to form that, like cultivate all that? Like you talked about being an accountant and like having spreadsheets and stuff like that, but just like a little tidbit for people who are watching and want to create or type A like you, because you are a type A person, because I couldn't never do that, but you're type A. So someone that's type A like you, what advice would you give them on how to cultivate an audience?
Okay. So Excel will be your best friend. Then you'll just have columns of, this is what I'm going to try to do today. I broke it down. I tried tutorials talking about the project, showcasing characters, sticking to story. Like I had those 4. And the 5th one was the 5th one I was supposed to try and like talk to people directly. I quickly canceled that out. That's just not for me. I cannot do that. So I found that I did the statistics. I would just like check one that had the most engagement. I found that no one cares about my tutorials. They are like at all. I was quite disappointed. I spent like weeks on those. I was very disappointed with that. People cared when I talked about the project a lot, but most people connected when I just showcased the characters. They found like I found so many people relate to Bonnie and Isadora, specifically those two. And a lot of people find the cat hot, which is fair, no problem. So I'm like, okay, people are here for the characters, then they're here for the story, and a very select amount are here for the tutorials, about 5 people. So I just stick with showcasing the characters. I just stick to showcasing the characters because that's my strong suit. Character design, and people just if they're interested in the characters, they'll go and follow into the story, and maybe someone will be interested in my process. So while no one cares for my educational content, which is fair, people are here for like that's how I basically did it. Each section with its each bit. I even put everything in graphs. So people are just
Oh no,
for me.
you're
That's how
really
basically
are
built
type
up the
A.
community. Then I just go.
Oh, you fancy, huh?
I know, right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, dang, maybe I need to come talk to you because I don't be doing that at all. I just go with the wind.
Mhm.
Yeah, it calms me. It calms me down. I really like.
Okay.
I even have like a year-long thing where I like document the entire year's art process. This is what you did in January. Let's see how you did it in December. Then afterwards, it makes me feel like I've done stuff. It's the only way. It's the only way. It's the only way I can get anything done. But that's basically what worked for me. And then I tried getting into memes, but I'm not a funny person. I really try. I'm not a funny person like at all. So I appreciate
I find you
that.
funny. I've literally been laughing this whole
that.
thing. So I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're funny.
I think you're funny. What
I
about you?
appreciate that.
Like, yeah, I think you're funny. I think you're tripping. I think you're actually hysterical.
Listen,
Thank you.
I don't.
Well, what about you, Blaine? Because we do need to. We need to hear about you.
I
Oh,
don't
thank
pay attention to none of that,
Yes, yes.
Lydia. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's too big brain for me. I listen. my audience came because I am a wild person who think of some wild shit, and I literally will say sometimes in my captions, I literally just come on Beyonce's internet and y'all let me do whatever on here and y'all just it. And I love that because I be saying some of the most crazy stuff and they just let me. And you know, I think that's why
Awesome.
people on my page because it's like the Wild West on that thing. I tell you, like I just don't have a filter in life. So on my page, I try to be who I am. I can't be a performance person because that's just not in me. And I don't mean that as I keep it real. No, I really I'm not capable of keeping up a persona because I just don't have that talent. So I make my jokes, I post my stuff. I love women. Women are the most beautiful creatures on the earth. So that's what I like to draw, some fine women.
Yes.
And I like to find men. And I like to make people laugh. And that's people just, I'm nuts and other nuts people found me and we just be nuts together. We a little bowl of peanuts over there.
Yes.
No, I completely can
That's the
see
essence of
both of you
community.
guys' personalities. What I was gonna say was that something that like when people are watching this, I want them to understand that both your personalities show in your art, by the way. Because I did watch both your guys' stuff and I did check out everything. Like with Lydia, it's like her stuff is like very calm. You can see like how organized it is. And then when I meet you, Blaine, I'm like, this is chaotic and I love it. Because I'm like you, I'm like very chaotic. I don't even think about anything I post. I just post whatever I feel. And like with Lydia, it's like calm, relaxed, organized. And I'm just like, when I meet you guys now, I'm just like, this is perfect. You guys are perfect. You guys are, and that's what people need to realize with how to make social media is authenticity will always be your best friend. And people can see who you are from what you post. Like with Lydia, if I never met you, Lydia, I probably would have thought that you were a type A person just from like watching your stuff. And the same thing with Blaine. If I looked at your stuff and I never met you, I would just be like, I can just tell who you guys are. So just to wrap it up a little bit, I know that you worked, you have been gone, Lydia, for a year. Your fans are calling, aka me. When are we gonna be getting our next drop on our webtoon?
Oh. Actually, I'm restarting it this year. I do have a chance to pitch the pitch the show as a film. Like that's what I'm doing here in France. So if it gets picked up, imagine if I got a book deal as well. All right, the webtoon will always remain free, and I'm going to update new chapters to it. But I've gotten a chance to like pitch it to like studios. So wow, I'm excited. Nervous as hell. I even got a new notebook today specifically for this. So I'm like, God.
So what I'm hearing is,
but
we'll be hearing from you.
Yes.
Is that what we're hearing?
Soon, so
Okay.
soon. Like
soon.
yeah, very soon.
And Blaine, I know you've worked with
Let's say
Fenty
15th.
and Adult Swim.
Actually, yeah, it's safe.
Yes.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
Did you say something?
No, I'm
Lynn?
excited that she worked with Fenty. Like, that's so cool.
Oh yeah, she went with you. Like, she's with Fenty
I didn't
and
say
Adult
it.
Swim.
I was just like,
So, what's
Yeah,
next,
oh,
boo?
so
We're
cool.
excited here.
You know, I've been working on something for a client. I've been working on this pilot episode for his show that he's coming out with, The Specialist. I just finished that, and then now I'm working on a comic commission for the first daughter of Cameroon, Brenda Bia. She is coming out with her own stories, and she's a fantastic writer and one of my good friends. So that we're working on that right now. She tagged me in the cover for it, Machete. I think that's how you pronounce it. And so we're working on that currently, and then I have another person that I'm working with, Chris, who goes by Phoenix on Instagram, and he's working on the Reavers universe, Phoenix the Fallen. And so I have 3 that I've been working on that have been beating my but I'm getting through it. And then for my own personal work, I have a couple of things that I kind of want to drop here and there. I have some skits down, and I have the time out. I definitely will. It's just people been banging my head against the washer and dryer lately, you know, wanting work from me. So, you know, it's I do what I can and I can.
Mm-hmm. So just to like for the people watching, Lydia's coming back with her webtoon. If you've never checked it out, check it out. It's amazing. And it's a short film on YouTube. It's like 20 minutes long. Ooh, lovely. Honestly, it's so funny, Lydia, meeting you because your short film reminded me so much of Disney, old Disney. So for anyone that loves like that old Disney nostalgic feel, yours literally encapsulates that so well. Like I honestly enjoyed it. It made me think that, damn, where was this when I was a child? Love that. So I know that anyone that's gonna watch this short film,
so
by the way, check her out, you guys. It's amazing. You guys will feel like almost like this is nostalgic. Like this is something that she wrote like in the 60s and she just brought it back to life. I don't know how to explain that, but that's kind of how I felt.
Yes.
And for Blaine, oh my God, please keep drawing hot women. Just that's all I have for you because I am obsessed. Just hotties. Like I just love seeing hot people.
Me too.
So before you guys go, because I feel like we have to, you know, I'm getting our editor. She's telling us to wrap it up. You guys, where can we find y'all? Where can we find you guys? Where do we want to find you?
Go ahead, Lydia.
Go ahead, Lydia.
All my social medias are popping in because I'm just popping in. No one ever understands the pun. No one ever understands the pun because it's just popping in because I'm just popping in. That's literally it. And if you're like, even if you just want to reach out, I usually check DMs on Fridays, once a week. So it's like, yeah, once a week on Fridays. So if you want to, I'm always available. To be fair, like.
No, Lydia's teeth real, man.
For my own mental health. For my own mental health.
Where can we find you, Miss Hottie?
I am on Instagram at BLNMATION _art. BLNMATION is, you know, a play on words for BLNMATION because there's a million BLNMAs on Instagram and I didn't realize that going into this. So I shortened LNMA, so you kind of have to sound it out. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram mostly. You can go to my TikTok, but it's been neglected for a while, and I'm sorry. They keep yelling at me on there, and I have to quiet the voices. But yeah, you can find me on the same handle on TikTok.
What's up, Michael Jackson? I'm on your page.
Of course it is.
MJ.
I've been obsessed with my guys. I was a kid.
Oh, we were all obsessed.
Yeah, I miss him.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining. And you can always find me, Eunice, at Black Girls Anime. You guys, I just want to say this was so fun. It was such a good Kiki moment. And I hope to see you guys at the next one for Ink and Panels. Bye.
It doesn't overwhelm the reader, it doesn't do too much, and it's something that with each installment of the series, you kind of see the world expand and expand and expand and expand.
I implemented some of the more traditional comic book script writing in with it to make it easier for the artist to understand.
ideas are born out of either something that I am just either researching and then I've gotten like really stuck on it and I've gone down this rabbit hole.
Building that world that for people to be able to immerse themselves in, right?
I want to get into the field, and next thing I know, next time I see them, that same convention next year, they got a book that they want to show me.
And so I think the big thing about us was we were on the same page about how we wanted to do it and how we could do it effectively, and it just worked for us.
It's just crazy the feeling that you get when you make that connection. My fellow comic book creators know, like when somebody comes to your table and tells you that they really like your story.
INK Panels.
INK Panels Volume 2.
INK and Panels Volume 2.
It's called INK Panels Volume 2.